from the heart of Dubai, where tomorrow is being built today, to the world. Welcome to the CTO Show with Mehmet. Here, we redefine technology and reimagine possibilities. With Mehmet, delve into the riveting realms of AI, cybersecurity, and digital technology. Experience the thrilling highs and lows of startups. Immerse yourself in the spirit of entrepreneurship and witness the future of business innovation being written in real time. Now, without further ado, let's tune in and explore the future.
Hello and welcome back to a new episode of the CTO Show with Mehmet. Today, I'm very pleased to have with me Cigdem. She's joining me from Florida in the US. The way I like to do it, the best one to introduce someone is yourself. So Cigdem, thank you for being with me on the show. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do?
Sure. Thanks for having me, Mehmet. I'm Cigdem Oztabak, and an entrepreneur and journalist with a focus on technology, fintech, and product marketing. And I'm also actively contribute as a startup mentor and judge in NeoHub incubation startup for early stage startups incubation, and I ran my venture Perix.co. And I'm an extraordinary ability marketing talent O1 visa holder in the US. Born and with master degree educated in Turkey. And I use my background in journalism as a member of the International Federation of Journalists to report on technology trends. I think it's more or less.
Yeah, that's good. Thank you for being here on the show today, Cigdem. Now, the way, because you mentioned your background and, your journey, and we will focus our topic for today about, startups as I'm doing usually. So let's start with, how to align, and this is something very important, I believe, the content, the product, and market for startups. And this is from the experience from the other startup that you have worked with.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. And aligning content, product, and market is akin to fitting the pieces of puzzle together. And it begins with a deep understanding of the target audience in the beginning and their preferences, like pain points and what they value in a product, right? And this understanding should inform the design and the feature of product. Parallelly, it's crucial to conduct market research to understand the competitive landscape, potential opportunities, and also threats. And the content is then tailored to articulate the product's value proposition effectively and position it optimally in the market context. And I can say I work with startups to help them synthesize these all components into a cohesive strategy.
That's great to hear. This will lead me to the second question. Now, um, part of the things that startups need to do sometime is, of course, marketing strategies and PR strategies. And I was discussing on another episode with another marketing expert that some of the startup founders, they find that, that they don't know much about marketing, or maybe they don't give enough, um, you know, attention to the marketing. And just, again, from your experience, because you work with technology startups, and you have, based on my research that I did, like you have also like some banking background. So how do you tailor the marketing and PR strategies to fit specific industries? So for you say, okay, these guys are in fintech, so this is how they should do. These guys are, let's say, in health tech, this is what they should do. So how you can tailor these strategies and the industries?
Yeah, it's a really good question because it's really important. Like each industry has its unique characteristics, like language and audience's expectation. And I agree with you. In particularly in US, a lot of like startup founders coming from like technical backgrounds, right? And like I'm still learning like how we can tell our stories, like as a founder, as our products, as our technology, our team, like how we can define our strategies, our products. And thus like tailoring marketing and PR strategies to fit specific industries is a must. For example, like in the technology sector, it's crucial to communicate innovation, expertise, and like forward thinking and mindset.
Mm-hmm.
In contrast, banking and fintechs requires like conveying like stability, security, and like trustworthiness and like easy process at the same time.
Mm-hmm. So it's important to tailor the message based on, okay, what do you think about, let me ask it this way. What do you think about also the importance of not exaggerating the lingos over there? So
Yeah.
just to make it also simple to the customer or the
Yeah.
end user.
Yeah, it's crucial to like speak with customers like with their language, and the secret lines in like extensive industry research and familiarizing oneself with industry trends and crafting messages that resonate with the specific audience. And if you have a like is for example Venmo is a like really like it's famous fintech in US, and focusing like is young population basically,
Mm-hmm.
and their language, their fintech, but their language is like it's that resonate with the specific young audience. Like PayPal is the like it's the like focusing like professionals and maybe like over the 45 years old as well, and like small businesses, and mostly like um more serious language, like it like they're using like stability, security, it
Mm-hmm.
like that. Yeah, that's why I'm talking about. Like, the secret lies in extensive industry research and familiarizing oneself with industry trends and crafting messages that resonate with the like specific audience. And it's important to define in the beginning, like who is your specific audience, and try to like be specific like as you can.
That's 100% correct. And we repeated this on the show a couple of times now. It's not only about the idea, it's also about to find your ideal customer, their personas. And based on this, you can tailor your messaging better, I would say. And I think, as you said, like market research would shed a lot of light on that. Now, working and because you are a judge also in the incubators, so you work with a lot of these startups. So usually, what challenges have you encountered in aligning content, product, market, and how you overcome that?
Yeah. Yeah, I like to use this term like content product market fit,
Mm-hmm.
because if you need your product market fit, also you need like content product market fit, because you are using words like if you want to talk about your product to your
Mm-hmm.
audiences. Like the challenge is aligning content product market is often rooted in maintaining like consistency. As
Mm-hmm.
startups evolve, so their products and market positioning, which could lead to inconsistencies in the message if not carefully managed. And this can be overcome by creating a flexible and dynamic strategy that is regularly, I can say, like revisited and revised based on performance metrics and feedback and change in the business environment. And it's crucial, like it's that challenge, because you need to choose your messaging and your brand messaging, your product messaging when you will start talk about your product, because you have to be consistency on this. You can change, like, it's today I'm gonna say that, tomorrow I'm gonna talking about this, and you need to like really really good strategy on that. The content strategy is crucial, and because um, you need, like, every stage on your product journey, the content. If you are going to some events, and if you have a speech, if you are just brand messaging, create awareness, like advertising, messaging, advertising wordings, and you need content. Content is like not just SEO, and full strategy, and also marketing and advertising, like, depends on like how you are like talking about your product, like consistency. If you can succeed like this consistency, and yeah, it's really hard, and it will be a challenge for you.
So this is very good point. So how to make this focus in communication, because it's all about the communication and the language that they use. So what if you can tell us the key components of successful communication for an early stage startup?
Yeah, I can talk about a little bit in this area, because I'm working on a, basically like hard working on a book project recently, and I'm trying to define like communication strategies, like tips and tricks for early stage startup founders. And an early stage startup needs a communication strategy that effectively like builds brand awareness and credibility in the beginning. Like the founder and startup, nowadays in founders and startups, like really like it's together. It's like super symbiotic relationship. The key components of such a strategy include a clear and like compelling brand message, consistency in communication across all touch points. Like, is the you need to talk about your product, your process, your team, yourself, your founder journey. Like every stage is too important to communicate with your specific audience. Yeah, consistency in communication across all touch points, a true understanding of target audiences' needs and preferences, and choosing the most effective channels to reach the audience. Like, where is your audience? I know it's like sounds too cliche, but it's crucial. Don't make like is yeah, I'm gonna be on Twitter, I'm gonna on like LinkedIn, I'm gonna also like in Instagram. Is don't do that. Like focus on like it's one channel to reach your audience.
And I think you would agree with me also that they need to build their kind of thought leadership over there so they can get the trust of their audience, right?
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. It's too important.
So now they are busy by nature, these founders, right? So
Yeah.
especially if they are still starting as a small team. So maybe it's a CEO and CTO, or sometime the other day I interviewed someone who's the CEO and CTO at the same time. So how much time they need to put on this? And like you mentioned some of the strategies, but what like other activities they should be doing to have this thought leadership? So when I see, for example, Mr. or Miss Mr. X or Miss Y, I'd say, okay, these guys they always speak about this. You know,
Mhm.
they are up to something, right? So how much time they have to dedicate for these activities, in your opinion?
Yeah, I think it's like significant time they need to like take time and sit, and it's like a like daily, or I don't know, it's weekly, and plan. It needs really like make a plan, and they need to do that, especially like when you're in early stage, and you should do that. Maybe if you can pass the seed, and like it's this over the seed round, and maybe you can hire like advocates, like developer advocates, like brand advocates, and they're like talking about consistency like as a product. For example, like let me give a good example. and OpenAI. OpenAI has a like developer relationship managers, like they are hiring developer advocates for the product, and these people are talking about consistently, like it um what is the development recent on OpenAI and chat GPT, or what is their era. And they are talking about, and they have a huge audience in, for example, on Twitter. They just like an influencer, but I don't want to say that like influencer, because like as a word influencer, like it's little bit dirty this recently. And yeah, they're just an advocate. Like it's they can talk about, and they have a technical background. Also, they can like has a good reading skills, and like it's communication skills as well. And early stage startup founders, and like if I don't know if they can do like hire someone for this or not. Like you should do by yourself, sit and take your time and significant time to tell about yourself, your career, your back, because people wants to listen. People like taking attention, like what are you doing on your product, and they're getting inspired also. And you should like sit and talk about your product developments, like every stage about your team, like it's about your funding stories is like everything. It's good to create awareness like organically.
100% with you on that. But just to add something regarding influencer term. So, matter of fact, because I've been in tech for more than 20 years. Actually, it was not called influencer, but that's exactly what you described. So in B2B, usually, um, some vendors, they got it right. And what they started to do, if you think about it, they did these yearly gatherings, like these yearly big events where they used to invite their customers and partners to their own conference, right? And then later on, this actually started. At that time, there was no Twitter and these things, so there was like the forums. Maybe it was appearing at the end of beginning of 90, sorry, end of 90s, beginning of 2000. So there were the forums where people, they would be advocating for these technologies, and actually, something was always there. Now, what I started to see after in the B2C, we start to see the influencers, and I agree with you. Like when you say influencers, not always you have the best image, and not all of them, of course, we cannot generalize.
Yeah.
But yeah, now I start to see something recently. I spot a couple of people on LinkedIn. Their title is tech influencer or tech
Hmm.
influencers. So it seems that it's something we're gonna see a lot. Um, of course, people might have a lot of uh, questions regarding the
Yeah.
authenticity and all this. But yeah, and again, if you think about it, and this I'm saying to the audience, by the way, like in the tech world, it's kind of having a voice there, like things like, peer insights of Gartner. I think there's a lot of sites where, the vendors, they put their products there and then people put reviews. So it's kind of the same thing. And it's very important in the early stages because um, I think you would agree with me, Chidam, like you need to get your early adopters, make them champions, and then, they will spread, your product across. So this is the way I've seen it. Now,
Exactly.
but, and this is what will lead me to the question. Sometimes founders, and unfortunately, it's not because they wanted to do it on purpose, but
Hmm.
they do mistakes, and they do mistakes in their storytellings and product marketing. So what you have seen, and how you can spot some light on this issue and how it can be avoided.
Yeah, it's a good question, because it's founders often, and in my observation, some founders often make the mistake of focusing too much on their product's features and not enough on how it benefits the user. And this can lead a disconnect with the audience, right? And another common mistake that I am observing is neglecting a unified brand message, leading to inconsistent communication. That I said before and like highlighting before, it's crucial. And also, this can be avoided by always keeping the user's perspective central to the storytelling and ensuring consistent branding across all communication channels and touch points. And they avoid like define also um the, like how they sell, how will they sell their product, and what is the like it's the like B2B or B2C, like it's how much, like what is your like it's like the model of the like income, right, for the product. And yeah, it's the but the crucial one in like, and this can lead to disconnect with the audience. I'm thinking like focusing too much on their product's features and not enough on how it benefits the user. You should define the benefits and the conditions, like how will users will use your product. How will they buy your product?
100%. And, again, I mentioned this before, but um, the way I am trying to do it is the more I get experts like yourself to talk about it. So I believe in, repeating something will get this to the point that everyone should know about it. It should be very obvious, but as you said, and the reason behind it is a little bit psychological because
Yeah.
everyone, even myself, I could say, hey, like I invented this pen and it's the best pen ever because it has this cover and while I'm not discussing, why it's good for the customer and advise, as you said, they should not focus on the features. They should be focusing on, uh, of course, how it's helping them. Is it like reducing cost? Is it like reducing the time to do something? Or uh, maybe it's adding fun to them. Like there's nothing wrong that your product is adding, it has like not non-tangible in terms of money or time. So sometimes it's just as entertainment product. Think about it. And I would add also, I think you'd agree with me, the customer journey. Like tell him or
Mhm.
her, like, you know, you are here today and this is where you will be if you get my product, right? And run them into this journey so they would get a better idea. Because I go back to tech. If I and the best one who did it ever, I give always the credit, is Steve Jobs, because he was always mentioning in, like no one would talk about the megahertz and the how many RAM you have. You need to sell, your idea about, it's like about value. For him, it was something much bigger than that. But again, I advise everyone to watch that video where he was talking about that part. Now, as mentor for startup acceleration in EMEA,
Mhm.
what do you believe are the most critical factors for success in entrepreneurship? Because I'm sure you have seen a lot of them.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like in years and years I can see, and also like my previous experiences, like with my startups in resilience, and in early stage startups, it's crucial. Like the most critical factors for entrepreneurial success are a clear and compelling vision, yes, and in the beginning, and you need to like carry your vision to the
Hmm.
team, to the investors, to the customers. Like it's always you need to protect, but the ability to adapt a changing like circumstances and resilience in the face of a lot of challenges.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's crucial. And of course, like it's a true understanding of the target market. And these elements help entrepreneurs like stay focused, make informed decisions, and like maintain momentum even in tough times, right? And
Hmm.
you will get like a lot of tough times. And with your investors, with your team players, and like with everyone, and with product, technology, with competitors, like, and it's crucial resilience in the face of challenges.
I love this word resilience. Thank you for bringing it because resilience it's summarize all the hurdles and the challenges, and you need to be strong to and you cover it all actually, like whether it's the product itself, maybe your co-founders, or maybe um, the people you would work with on day to day,
Yeah.
maybe it's the investors. And this is why I always, they ask me about my opinion in although like I never started, but I studied a lot of startups. Um, if you don't need to raise money, don't. you
Mhm.
don't need you don't need to be under the stress of the investors because it really turns bad. I worked for startups as an employee, and I can understand when founders and everyone who works for them, how they can be under this stress, and they would need this resiliency. Now I think another topic which is important, and I would love to hear
Mhm.
from you, Chidem, about gender equality within the entrepreneurial space. And I think this is something we never, although like I had like a lot of guests, but I didn't have the chance to ask, so it's good like you are covering it with you today. So how do you approach it, and what initiatives are you involved in order to promote it?
Mhm. Yeah, I believe in like creating opportunities for female entrepreneurs for and like fostering an inclusive and supportive environment. And yeah, I'm actively involved in several initiatives aimed at like promoting female entrepreneurship and like widening the gender gap in this field. I'm sometimes like mentoring like free to like female entrepreneurs, and I'm involved like couple of like initiatives, and we are donating like if they need like some educational like camps, and like
Mhm.
they need like some career advice, or if they like facing some challenges, and like we are talking with them. And New Hub is like it's really like they are taking responsibility on this, and we are meeting like with female founders, and like try to like create opportunities for them. And yeah, it's gender equality in the entrepreneurial space is an issue close to my heart, I can say. And I'm seeing in US, for example, like if you want apply to like accelerators in US, and they really like support, they are really supporting female entrepreneurs, and they are described like is if you like underrepresented, just let us know. And being woman, like it's that kind of thing in US, like underrepresented. And we need to crash on this, I think.
Yeah, that's very good, and I agree with you. We need to have these inclusions across the board. Here I can say slowly but steadily we started to see some good, I can say we are seeing good number of co-founders here in Dubai and the UAE in general, and this is supported by the ecosystem, the government, and everything, which is very good. But yeah, I wish to see more also as well, because I believe also like this is will add value, and this is like also something close to my heart, because I'm a big believer in equality in general and inclusion in general, and of course like gender equality. Now, Chidabek, also you kind of a journalist, right? So you have your own podcast, and you write to and you on the CNN too. So I think you guys are lucky than even us people in tech. So maybe you see some trends that we don't see. Can you tell us more? Like what are you seeing in and especially you are close also to the startup incubators and hubs. So what are the major trends that you are spotting nowadays?
Yeah, and like major of trends recently, I noticed it like future of work concept. And I'm involved like is a angel investment group of from Chicago, and we are focusing like future of work. and future of work concepts, and like it's it's the inconsistency, like a lot of event effective in our lives, and like a lot of right, it's the solution is coming in this era. Also, like I can say, like I see significant trends emerging, such as the like increasing importance of the data privacy and security. But it's complicated because it's at the same time like the AI and machine learning, like it's really like developing super fast, and it's really hard to protect your privacy and your data. And I don't know, is let's see, is I'm really curious about like its development about data privacy and security era, and the rise of, like, no question, AI and machine learning as powerful tools for like personalization and automation and productivity as well. Like people are going like really productivity way. And yeah, in this point is I can say like I read a book from author Harari, Yuval Harari, like
Yeah.
this, yeah, Homo Deus. And yeah, highly recommended. You can read about again, and you can like reread again in this field, and you can feel like, oh yeah, actually we are in the this era right now. And yeah, it's I think like more or less I'm noticing and I'm seeing significant trends emerging, like that kind of uh pillars.
Yeah, actually, I agree with you on the book. And there's another book called Abundance by Peter Diamandis and Stephen Kotler. And it's highly advisable because also they discuss how technology actually, and even they have the singularity concept and all this, which I agree, because with what we start to see with the AI now, we are close to something. And you touch based on it, which is future of work, because at future of work, it's not about if we gotta go to office or not. It's not about this.
Exactly.
It's about like what kind of work we will be doing in the future. Which I'm very like positive. I'm very optimistic, I would say, about that one. Shida, where people can find more about you and your company? I think yeah, I can see the link, but if they want to know
Yeah.
more,
Yeah, I'm on LinkedIn, and like you can like directly message me, and also using Twitter for my works, for my companies, and like sharing some
hmm
industry insight. And also you can find me on Twitter with my name. And yeah, Pyrix.co, it's my venture. I'm trying to help the technology startups, founders, and like leaders to their marketing and PR strategies, content strategies as well. And we are working uh, with them like on like opinion, thought leadership as well, and like publishing on global like business quality and top tier media, some articles about them, or sometimes like they're writing articles and we are helping with them. And yeah, you can find me on LinkedIn for business and Twitter, and happy to chat with you if you are reaching out me.
yeah, that's great. Thank you very much. Now I have a very final question I have to ask. Is there anything you wish I would ask you and how you would answer it?
Excuse me.
Is there any question you wish that I had asked you and
Oh,
how you would
okay.
answer it?
Okay. Um, how can I say? I love is like that kind of question. Question is like I can answer like it's um yeah, it's maybe what is your plan when you like it's stop the work, or what do you
Yeah,
want to contribute?
yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Answer that.
Yeah, I decided recently become a like wildlife photographer, maybe like after my 50s or 60s. When I like stop to like it's consistently working in this era. I want to be a wildlife photographer, and I want to travel to like natural parks and Alaska, Galapagos, and
Yeah, nice.
yeah, it's nice to like put the life purpose, by the way, in your life and life journey. And if you're a founder, and if you are an entrepreneur and like us, and it's important to stick on your plan. Also, you need to be enjoy like your life, and if you like is nature is the best way to meditation and communicate with other species. It's always mesmerizing me. Yeah, I want to do that.
100%. And I wish you could do it like full time, I would say. Um, that's really good to hear. And one of the things that I always encourage people to find also like something they love and aim for it, which is amazing. What you have done. Thank you very much for your time today, Chidam. Like I really enjoyed the conversation, and the way I end my episodes, as usual, I ask the audience, please let me know your opinion. Ask me any question. If you have questions to Chidam, you can actually reach out to her. I can pass it to her also as well. And again, if you have also any feedback on the show in general, I would love to hear it because I'm always seeking to be in the better place and taking the show to a better place. And if you are interested to be a guest, also don't be shy. Reach out to me. We can discuss it and we can see how we can arrange for it. Time zone is not issue for me. I have people from the West Coast in the US, which are minus 12 hours from me, and I have people in New Zealand were plus, I think, 10 or 11 hours from me. I'm in the middle of the world. So that's good. So don't be shy. You can always reach out. And I hope you enjoyed. And we'll meet again next episode. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hit that subscribe button, share the show with your tech-savvy friends and fellow entrepreneurs, and leave us a review on your favorite podcast app. Your support means the world to us.